On today's call, I'm gonna help you guys close more deals with the script that you're already using by helping you have a deeper level understanding of this script. So guys, what we're gonna do today is this is something I've been doing with my team literally for the last 3 weeks. So coming into this training is perfect timing because there's two different types of salesmen, all right? There's the salesmen that follow a script and just read off the script without understanding what the script is for. And then there's the salesmen that actually understand the purpose of the script and why they're doing the things that they're doing. And if you are salesman number one, you will close significantly less deals than salesman number two, even though you're using the exact same script. Does that make sense? Two of you guys can use the exact same script and you will have significantly different outcomes based on your level of understanding. So what we are going to do today is we are going to be doing some psychology, and I'm going to be helping you guys understand the purpose of what happens with this script. On today's call, I'm gonna help you guys close more deals with the script that you're already using by helping you have a deeper level understanding of this script. So the first section, all right? I'm gonna run through each section and we're gonna talk individually about the section. The first section in terms of setting the expectation, the initial intro, this is exactly how short I want it to be. A lot of you guys f this up because you start the call like too much of a friend. Maximus, unmute yourself. So I'm gonna role play with you. You're gonna be the prospect and I'm gonna show you guys how quickly I want you to run through this part of the script. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Bring.
Hello.
Hey, is this Max?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey Max, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just trying to stay out of the trouble. How about you?
That's good, bro. That's good. Whereabouts are you based?
Wisconsin. How about you?
Wisconsin. I'm from Kelowna, bro. I'm from Kelowna. Listen, I got back-to-back meetings booked all day, Max. Are you cool if we just jump straight in?
Hell yeah, let's get it.
Boom. That's how quickly I want you guys to get into setting the frame. We're talking about within the first 30 seconds. Somebody tell me why that's so important. 'Cause authority, duh. Exactly. Okay, perfect. Because we want to get into the call and we want to let them know that we run this call. That's why. If you get into that call, you start talking about the weather, you start talking about Wisconsin. Oh, that's dope. You're from Wisconsin. I bet the weather's really nice over there. I've never been to Wisconsin myself, but I've been thinking about going. That's amazing. Maybe I should take a trip to Wisconsin. Bam. Now we're a friend, right? And we don't want to be a friend. We want to be a coach. This part of the script. Now we get into it. What is the purpose of this part of the script? Somebody type it in the chat. I'm going to give you guys some ninja today. So buckle up. Asai says set the tone. Okay. Set the frame for the call. Okay. So we set the frame for the call. So what is a frame? A frame is an agreed upon container in which two individuals are agreeing to have a conversation. I'm going to give you an example of a good frame and a bad frame. All right. Let's say somebody came up to me on the street, looked me in the eye and said, Brian, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have cancer. I'd be like, go f yourself. Who the f are you? But let's say I went into my doctor and he's looking at my eyeballs and he's giving me an assessment and he takes my pulse and he looks me in the eyes and he says, Brian, I'm sorry to tell you, you have cancer. I'm probably going to take that seriously because I agree that the doctor's in control of this frame and he's the one that's setting the container for this conversation. So if you don't set the frame, this is important. I want you guys to pay attention. If you don't set the frame and they don't agree to the frame, you cannot run your call properly. So I'm going to give you guys an example. All right. Jared Velez, unmute yourself. What's up, Jared?
What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, big dog? How's the sobriety journey going?
Dude, it's going, man. You know, I'm living my life. No weed, no drugs, no nothing.
Everybody say what's up to Jared. Everybody remember Jared from the event? Come on, Jared. Let's go, big dog. I like that. Okay. Jared, I'm going to set the frame with you. And then I want you to be like, I just want to be honest, Brian. I just want the price. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So, Jared, what we're going to do in today's call is I'm going to make sure that this call is super valuable for you and help you get into the best shape of your life. So what I want to do is basically talk about your number one struggle in your fitness journey, your main fitness goal and why it's important to you, and give you some strategies that me and some of my best clients are using to stay in shape. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's cool, man. But honestly, can I just know what the price is?
Yeah, 100%. And we'll go over pricing on the call, Jared, but I do have a bunch of different programs for different budgets. So Jared, if it's cool with you, what I would like to do is just run you through a few questions to get a better understanding of what your goals are. And then once I understand what your goals are, I'll be able to recommend the best program for you. Does that sound good?
All right.
Okay, so sometimes I want you guys to pay attention to this because this is really important. If you guys don't get this right, they're not going to close. How many of you guys have ever gotten on a call with a prospect and then you set the frame and then they start asking you questions right away? What does a program look like? How long would I be working with you? How many times a week do you check in with me? Do you just do training and nutrition plans, or how does that work? Do you do online or is it just in person? Everybody write this in the chat. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. So the purpose of this part of the script is to set the frame for the call. What this means is if you set the frame, Ragnar, and they start asking you questions, they haven't agreed to your frame. If you tell them, I'm gonna ask you a few questions about your goals, your struggles, and come up with a game plan. Does that sound good? And they start asking you questions, that means they haven't agreed to your frame. So when they hit you and they're like, yeah, I just wanna know how much it costs. If you answer that question right away, now they're in control of the conversation and now they control the frame. And then what's gonna happen is you'll answer that question. And as soon as you answer that question, they're just gonna hit you with another question and another question. And all of a sudden now they're interviewing you instead of you doing the interviewing. Does that make sense? So in this part of the script, you guys, you need to not only set the frame, but you need to get them to agree to the frame. Jake Crooks, unmute yourself. I want you to set the frame for this call, all right? Go ahead.
So here's what we're going to do on this call, man. We're going to talk about your main struggle in your fitness journey right now. And then we're going to go over your main fitness goal, why it's important to you. And then I'm going to give you some strategies that me and some of my best clients are using to stay in shape year round.
I'm just curious, like how does your program actually work? Like, do you do online or do you do in person, or like what exactly does that look like?
I've got a few different options in my program, man, but I'll get to that as we go along with the call. Is that all right, man?
Sounds good, bro. Let's do it. Boom. Well done, Jakey boy. Drop Jake some love. Come on. If I start asking you questions, I take control of that conversation. Coach Mills, unmute yourself. Hit me, bro. Frame me.
All right. So, hey, here's what we're going to talk about on the call. We're going to talk about your number one struggle on your fitness goal. We're going to go over your main fitness goal and why it's important to you. Then we want to come up with some type of game plan to get over that struggle and make sure you reach that goal. And then I'm going to give you some tips to stay in shape like that I use and some of my clients use to stay in shape year round. That sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good, bro. Yeah.
Awesome. Great news. At the end of this call, I'm going to let you know whether I can help you or not. If I think I can help you, I'll invite you into the program so you can work with me. If not, I'll make sure I point you in the right direction. That sounds fair?
Yeah, sounds good, bro. I need to know how much it costs before I can make any sort of decision on how much I'm going to pay today.
Hey, I definitely get it. But I have a couple of different options that's going to benefit you. But in order for me to figure that out, I'm going to need to ask you a couple of questions to find out where your main struggle's at and what I can actually do to help you.
Do you guys do like monthly options, or do you guys do like paid in full, or how does that work?
So once we get to the end of the call, we'll come up with what options that fits your budget, and then we'll see what's the best way to go ahead and move forward.
And then ask me a question.
Oh, does that sound cool with you?
Yep. Boom. So, guys, write this in the chat. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. So if I try to take control of this frame right here, right? If I try to take control of this frame, not only do you need to move around it, but then you need to ask me a question, because the person that asks the questions controls the conversation. Are we clear on frame? If we're clear on frame, we can move to the next part. It's only a frame if they agree to it. If they start asking you questions, they're controlling the frame. You need to remember that when you guys are on the call as well. Because if you get on the call and then on the call, they start asking you about program logistics, as soon as they start asking you about program logistics and you start answering those questions, they are now in control of the frame of the call. Then they're gonna hit you with another question, then another question, then another question. Then all of a sudden you're way off script and you're like, how do I get back to the conversation? How many of you guys have ever been in that situation where you're like, yep, that sounds like a conversation that I've had before? All right, perfect. So I'm gonna teach you guys 2 different ways to roll through the script, all right? Most of you guys are rolling through the script, just asking question after question. Everybody write this in the chat. You need to get a concrete answer. Write this in the chat, get a concrete answer. If you don't get a concrete answer, you're not gonna sell them shit. You're like, what's the number one goal you want to work towards? And what are you doing to work towards that goal? If you don't get a concrete answer, you're not going to get shit. So let's go Ragnar. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to be the guy asking me questions, and then we're going to flip the script, okay?
Sound good.
So what's the number one goal?
Awesome, man. So what I like to kind of figure out now is, what's your main goal? Like, where are you at right now? And where would you like to be in, like, say 6 months to a year with your fitness and your health?
I just want to lose some weight.
Ah, man, you just want to lose some weight. How much weight do you want to lose?
Like 10 pounds.
Like 10 pounds. And what would that do for you? I mean, like, what would that change on the day to day if you lost 10 pounds?
I'd feel better.
You'd feel better. I totally understand that. I'm just kind of curious, what would feel better? Like, would you be more confident? Would you have more energy? Is there any underlying health things going on? I just don't fully understand what that would do for you.
All of the above.
All of the above. Well, awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that.
Let's flip the script. I know for a fact you guys have been on calls like that. Who's been on a call like that? I know for a fact y'all have been on a call like that. Okay, Ragnar, We're gonna flip the script, do the same shit, all right? So remember, the purpose of this is to get concrete answers. If I don't get concrete answers, I can't do my job properly. Whose call is this? Is this my call or his call? So Ragnar, I want you to do the same to me. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, Ragnar. So, I appreciate you for hopping on the call. And what I really want to know, Ragnar, is like, what would you say is the number one goal that you're trying to accomplish in your fitness journey before the year ends?
I want to get a six pack.
Okay, what do you mean by that specifically?
I want to have a six pack. I want there to be 6 of them.
Okay, fair enough. And why is that important to you?
I don't know. I would like it.
Okay. And Ragnar, can I be honest with you?
Sure.
I'd love to help you, but I need to know a little bit more context, because if I can't get clear on your goals, then it's going to be really hard for me to design you a game plan. And so like why specifically do you want a six pack? Like, talk to me a little bit, like open up so I can help you out.
I just really want a six pack. I don't really know why I want it. I just want it.
Okay. Are you doing anything to work towards that goal right now?
I try not to eat sugar too much right before bed.
Okay. And what else are you doing to work towards that?
Nothing.
Have you made any sort of progress towards that six pack, or are you still stuck in the exact same place?
I lost 1 pound 3 years ago.
So it sounds to me like this isn't super important to you.
It is. I really want a six pack.
You really want a six pack. Okay. So Ragnar, like if you actually did get a six pack, like how would your life change if you actually did get a six pack?
Well, I feel like I would be more confident, and I would probably be able to take off my shirt, and my wife might actually want to sleep with me again.
Oh, bro. I appreciate you for sharing that. Like, what do you mean by that specifically?
Well, every time I go to the pool, I feel like a fat sack of shit. I see all these other dads taking their shirt off, and I just know that my gut's dangling, and it's embarrassing.
What do you mean by that specifically? Write that down. What do you mean by that specifically? Also, guys, if a prospect isn't opening up and giving you the concrete answer that you're looking for at this part of the script, yo, Ricardo, like, work with me here, because obviously you hopped on this call because I know that you want to change your life today. It sounds to me like this is really important to you. I just need to know a little bit more information from you. So I got to get you to open up a little bit. Like, when you say that you want a six pack and you want to change your life, like, tell me a little bit more about that. Like, what do you mean by that specifically? Ask them to open up. You can't just move on to the next part of the script, because if I don't get that information from Ragnar in this part of the script, there's no way I'm going to sell him. Here's sales. Okay. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second so you guys understand this concept, because this is really important, because the script, everything in the script is useless if you don't understand sales. Okay. Here's sales. We need to have a clearly defined problem and a clearly defined pain point on one end. Okay. On the other end, we need to have a clearly defined goal. What this does is this creates a gap between where they are right now and where they want to be. Does this make sense? If it makes sense, say yes. Then we need to get them to feel a sense of urgency on why it's important that they take action right now and not later. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to paint the picture of the consequences of them not taking action. We're also going to paint the vision of the consequences of them taking action, so that in their mind, when they get to the end of the call, they can clearly see 2 pathways. Pathway number 1 is where they do not take action. They stay stuck in the same place for the next 6 months to a year. Nothing changes, which means that the pain that they're feeling right now is going to be amplified. Or pathway number 2 is that they do take action, and then they do change their life. And then in 6 months' time from now, the vision that we helped them create on the call is going to be amplified, and they're going to be where they want to be. And the reason that they're going to buy our program is because our program bridges the gap between where they are right now and where they would like to be. Does that make sense? If so, say yes. Now, a lot of you guys are rolling through the script without getting a very clear understanding of what you're trying to do with the script. So if you don't get a clearly defined pain point and problem in the script, and you don't get a clearly defined goal in the script, and you don't create enough urgent reasons for them to want to take action right now and not later, they will not buy. All right, let's go back. Nutrition questions. What is the purpose of this part of the script? Drop it in the chat. Find their budget. Exactly. Ammo. Perfect. Collect ammo and spending habits. How much they spend on food. Find out where they're wasting money. Find the budget. Spending habits. All right, so we can just ask these questions, but I'm going to give you a wiser way to ask these questions. Watch this. Who wants to play ball? Daniel. All right, Danny boy. I'm going to hit you with the questions. Actually, no, you hit me with the questions first. I want to see how you handle this. Go ahead.
All right, mate. All right, so Brian, I'll walk me through a typical day of eating, mate. You know, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Just run me through what you ate yesterday.
So yesterday for breakfast, I had protein cereal. I love that shit. It's so good. And then for snacks, I had a couple protein bars. I ordered Uber Eats for lunch because I was busy. So I got like some Edo Japan fire. And then for dinner, my wife made me dinner. And then I had some popcorn late at night.
All right, cool, man. Is that a pretty regular day of eating for you, mate?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yep.
All right. On average, how often would you get Uber Eats, you reckon?
I would say like 3 times a week.
Okay. All right, cool, man. And alcohol?
No, I don't drink.
Smoke?
Nope.
Beautiful. So just Uber Eats 3 times a week and then a bunch of protein bars and shit like that.
Yep.
All right, sweet, mate.
All right, now I'm going to use it on you. Ready?
Yep. So,
Okay, so Daniel, walk me through a typical day of eating for you. So like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, etc.
all right, man. Couple eggs for breakfast. For lunch, I'll grab a sandwich for work. And then, I don't know, man, a couple coffees. I might go grab something from the servo. And then whatever the missus cooks up for dinner, I guess.
Would you say you eat out every day?
3-4 times a week.
3-4 times a week? Danny boy. Danny boy, Danny boy, if I'm gonna work with you, I'm letting you know I'm gonna make you cut that shit out. You said you want to lose that 15 pounds, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do, but fuck. So I can't eat out at all, huh?
Bro, it's okay. We'll include some of your favorite foods. Cause like, bro, you're eating out 3 to 4 times a week. You must be spending 20, 40 bucks every time you go out.
Yeah.
Bro, you're spending $320 a month on fast food. And that's the reason that we haven't been able to lose that 15 pounds. 320 bucks a month. That's crazy.
Yeah, shit, I never thought of it like that.
All right. So do you drink any alcohol, Danny boy?
Not regularly, once every couple of weeks, I guess.
Once every couple of weeks. So you're not getting litty. You're not getting dingled or anything like that?
Nah,
All right. Fair enough. Smoke any cigarettes?
nah, fuck, man.
All right, so your nutrition is like, I would say your nutrition is decent. We're gonna give it a 6 out of 10. And the biggest thing is we're spending 320 bucks a month on fast food that's kind of harming our fitness goals. Is that right?
Yeah, and it makes sense when you put it like that. Yep.
Boom. I addressed that before that's an objection. I'm gonna point that out right there. Boom. 4 days a week, Danny boy, damn. And so like first things first is I'm gonna like act surprised. Oh shit, that's crazy, damn, okay. And then I'm gonna point out, so like 4 days a week is pretty nuts. And that allows me to kind of go into my next bit. Okay, so like that's probably 20 bucks every time you eat out. We're talking about like $320 a month. How are they gonna give me a finance objection when they just told me they're fucking spending $320 a month on Uber Eats? And then if they do give me a finance objection, how easy is it for me to reference a conversation that I had with them at this part of the script? Hey, Danny boy, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, mate, go for it.
So I know you said budget was a concern for you, and I totally understand that, and I appreciate that. You mentioned earlier on the call that you're spending $320 a month on fast food. And not only is that, obviously not good for the wallet, but that also is the reason that you haven't been able to lose the 15 pounds. So Danny, do you think if we cut that fast food out that you would have the budget to invest in this fitness program so you could lose that 15 pounds that you want to lose?
Damn, son. Yeah, I guess so,
I mean?
you know.
All right. Okay. So boom. And now I'm just closing. Does that make sense? When's the best time to overcome objections? Everybody type it in the chat. When's the best time to overcome objections? Best time to overcome objections is before they come up. All right, so we talked about this already. So the pain points, we talked about this. I'm gonna mention something really fucking important about the pain points, all right? So everybody write this in the chat, get concrete. You need to get concrete. If you don't get concrete pain points, you're not gonna fucking close them. They need to be concrete. You need to be super clear. What do you mean by that specifically? Jace, can you tell me a little bit more about that? What makes this super important to you? Because you just mentioned to me that you've been struggling with losing this weight for the last 3.5 years and that you feel like you're not able to have the energy to run around and play with your kids. So like, why is this important to you? Okay, and like why now, Jace? Like Jace, you could have hopped on this call with me at any point, right? Like you could have hopped on this call with me a year ago. You could push this off another 2 years. Jace, I'm just curious, like what made you decide to not only book the call with me today, but show up and have this conversation about your fitness goals? Like, why is this important to you right now? Does that make sense? All right, who wants to play? Isaiah Tate.
I'm ready. Let's get it. What are we doing?
You're gonna hit me with the pain point questions. I told you I wanted to lose 15 pounds.
Okay, I got you. So Brian, man, you've been telling me about your fitness goals. You said that you want to lose this 15 pounds, and why is this important to you right now? Like, why now?
Well, I've been struggling with this for like the last few years, and I just saw your Instagram post and I figured I'd reach out.
But what about my Instagram? When you heard or seen my Instagram post, what did that mean to you? Like, why did that specific post speak to you?
Well, you were just talking about like fat loss, and it kind of like I just wanted to kind of lose fat because off of that post.
Okay, so I was talking about fat loss, but why does that matter? Like, I made a lot of posts about fat loss, but what made everything click for you to want to lose fat now?
I think it's just like, why not now,
Yeah, why not now?
Let's flip it. I'm going to tell you what to say. So Isaiah, you mentioned to me that your number one goal is to like lose 15 pounds. Like, talk to me about that. Like, why is that important to you?
Well, I just figured I'm ready now. I just feel like I'm ready.
Okay, what do you mean by that specifically?
I don't know. I just feel like now is a good time for me to, lose that 15 pounds.
All right. So like you took the time out of your day, you sent me a DM, you showed up to this call to have this conversation. Like what made you do this right now? You told me on this call that you haven't been able to lose 15 pounds for 2 years. So like what made you decide that right now, like I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to have this conversation with B-Mark. Like what made right now such like an important moment?
I just feel like I'm ready. I don't know. I was reading the post and, the videos kind of spoke to me. And I just feel like, let's do it now.
Okay. And how long have you been delaying this thing, right? Because you said you feel like you're ready now. Like what made you put it off for 2 years?
Well, to be honest with you, I just been kind of scared about doing it. I just felt like I didn't know if I could do it or not. I tried before, I just didn't think that I could actually do it.
So you tried before and did you fail before?
Yeah, that's actually the reason why I gave up, 2 years ago. I was, doing everything I was supposed to do, following this program that I had that said it was gonna help me lose 20 pounds. And I was doing it for 6 months and it just didn't work.
So you lost 20 pounds and you just gave up?
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, I just kind of gave up.
How did that make you feel?
I felt disappointed, man. Because I really thought that I can do it. I believed I thought that was going to be my moment right there, but I guess it wasn't.
Okay, so what you're saying to me is that you've basically been thinking about this for 2 years and you put it off because you lost the weight and then you gained it back and then you kind of just gave up and you're at a point right now where you know that you're absolutely ready to make a change. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do feel like that now. I've been watching you for some time now. You seem like you really know what you're talking about, and I trust you, and I feel like you can give me that support that I need.
Does it make sense what I just did? Do you guys understand what I'm doing? What do you mean by that specifically? Tell me a little bit more about that. So you mentioned that you struggled for 2 years? Okay. And what happened then? And then you just gave up? Ooh. How did that make you feel? Write that in the chat. You got to be curious. Salespeople are curious. All right, Vision. What is the purpose of this part of the script? Guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to stop my screen share for a second. 99% of you guys up your discovery and you keep getting objections because you're missing this. If you do this properly, you will get significantly less objections. A good discovery where you clearly uncover the specific thing that they're struggling with, why it's important that they make a change, how painful it feels, what their goals are, what they would like to achieve, why they want it, what the dream vision is. A good discovery where you uncover all of the potential objections that might come up and you address them head on, they're not gonna have an objection. The only objection they should ever give you by the time you get to the end of the call is price. And at that point, we can negotiate. That's the only one they should ever give you. We can overcome every other objection with a good discovery. What's the purpose of this part of the script? Right here. Right here. Come on. Close the gap. Paint the dream. Guys, with this, I think it's really important that you guys understand most fitness clients have never actually seen themselves be overweight. I'm gonna backtrack for a sec. Everybody write this in the chat. Pain equals twist the knife. When I'm figuring out what they're struggling with, when I'm figuring out how many times they're eating out, when I'm figuring out how long they've been struggling, when I'm figuring out the answer to those questions, I'm twisting the knife. The way that I'll do that is the way that I respond. Levi, I'm gonna ask you some questions and I just want you to answer. And I want you guys to pay attention to how I respond to Levi, all right? So Levi, like, what would you say your biggest struggle has been in your fitness journey so far?
I think my biggest struggle is time commitment, trying to juggle 3 kids and working 12 hours a day and then making it down to the gym to actually get a half-ass workout in,
Yeah, fair enough, bro. And how long would you say that's been a struggle?
Going on 3 years now. It's a repeat. It's a monogamous lifestyle.
3 years? You've been struggling with this for 3 years. Damn, bro, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. That must be super frustrating.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, to say the least.
All right. Well, how much weight are you looking to lose, Levi?
Enough weight to fit into my size 32 jeans again.
All right, and how far off are we?
I'm at a 36 right now.
So we got another 4 inches to lose. And how much weight do you think we'd have to lose in order to get, into those 32s?
I would say 18 to 20 pounds.
18 to 20 pounds. Okay. All right. You guys notice how I'm responding? 3 years? You've been struggling for 3 years? Crazy. Notice my tonality? Kind of like lowering it, being empathetic. I'm letting him sit in it. A lot of you guys, when you're in this part of the script, are rushing through this part of the script. What you would do in this instance is you'd be like, Oh, Levi, I totally get what it's like to have like a busy lifestyle and have 3 kids, bro. I got 3 kids myself, so like I get they're always like running around and stuff. So like, man, you're doing a good job, you know? Keep it up. And he's like, why the f would he buy from you? You know? He's doing a good job. Does that make sense? Everybody write this in the chat. Let him sit in it. Thank you, Levi. You're a G, bro. So this part of the script, you guys, we got to twist the knife. And you don't do that by being like, oh my God, 15 pounds, you're so fat. You do that with the tonality that you use. You kind of slow down a little bit, kind of let them sit in it. We're gonna get a little bit more curious. This part of the script is a completely different story. When you're in the vision part of the script, write this in the chat. Vision equals make them believe. This is where we need to make them believe in themselves. Because a lot of people, how many of you guys ever felt like you didn't believe in yourself and then you joined the Change Lives Academy and because me and the coaches believed in you, you started to believe in yourself? Say yes if that's true. Maybe me and the coaches helped you guys believe in yourself and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I believe in myself now too, right? So that's what you guys need to do at this part of the script. At this part of the script, you got to help them believe in themselves. So here's what we do. Let's role play. Let's go. Lowell Charles, I'm going to role play you. I'm going to ask you the questions. I want you guys to pay attention to how I'm doing this, all right? Let's have a conversation, brother. You know, let's just, pretend that, 6 months time from now, you're in the best shape of your life. You lost the 15 pounds that you wanted to lose. You look in the mirror, you see a 6-pack looking back at you. What does that look like for you?
Oh, I'd be fucking stoked, man. I've been sitting in this body. It just haven't been feeling really confident for the last couple years, man. So that would do a lot for me.
Like, I want you to really think about that, Lowell, because dude, I've worked with clients like you that started out, 15 pounds overweight. They had a shredded 6-pack in like 3 to 6 months. So I actually want you to feel like, what would it feel like if you walked up to the mirror and you looked and you saw a 6-pack looking back?
Oh, dude, I think that changed the whole game for me. I'd probably go out and start hollering at the girgirls, man, looking for the girls. I work in sales, brother. I work in sales, and I think that would even boost my confidence. Because when I'm working with my coworkers, they're kind of jacked in my office, man, and I'm the fat guy. So I see they make a lot of money. So maybe if I get jacked too, I might make some money too.
Bro, f your coworkers. Let's get more jacked than your coworkers, dog. Dude, I 100% believe in you, Lowell. I'm telling you, bro, like I've worked with clients just like you, struggling to lose weight. They were on restrictive diets, gotten in the coaching program, they lost 15 pounds. And I know for a fact if they can do it, so can you, bro.
Let's do it.
Boom.
Let's do it.
You guys see that? Thanks for role playing, G. I appreciate it. Actually, I'm going to get you to practice, bro. Hit me.
Absolutely. So, Brian, let's say that we achieve all your fitness goals, but we lose this 15 pounds and you're in some of the best shape of your life. You got that 6-pack going and you're feeling really confident. Could you just describe how that would make you feel, brother?
Well, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, I haven't been able to lose this weight. So, like, it's like, I haven't really even thought about that because, like, I've already tried this. Like, I already had like a personal trainer in the past before and I just like, it didn't work out and I wasn't able to stick to the meal plan. So like, I haven't really thought about that, I guess.
Okay. And have you ever thought about why it didn't work?
Well, yeah, I wasn't really like consistent and stuff like that. And I was kind of like struggling with it. So like that kind of like let me like, that was kind of like, yeah.
So I want to let you know, man, to lose 15 to 20 pounds, you're going to have to be consistent. And if you're not consistent, that will never happen. So I just want to ask, how serious of a goal is this to you? How serious is the 6-pack and losing 15 to 20 pounds? How serious are you about that? Just on a scale of 1 to 10, brother.
Yeah, like I'm super fucking serious, bro. Like I really do want to do this. Like it's not like I don't want to do this. I'm just like, I'm just like worried about my like level of consistency, I guess, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I just want to ask, like, what areas of your life do you think would benefit if you were to able to accomplish these goals, like losing this 15 to 20 pounds and actually getting that 6-pack?
Well, I would definitely be more confident. Like I would be able to like, I feel like my wife doesn't even look at me the same. Like when we got married, she was like literally in love with me. And now she makes me kind of like, she doesn't really look at me the same way. So like, I feel like that would improve as well. So like that would be really beneficial, I guess.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Yeah. The wife, you definitely want to look good for your wife. That's important. Just out of curiosity, does your wife know that we're speaking today?
Yeah, she does.
She does. So is she on board with you, losing this 15 to 20 pounds and, getting jacked and feeling ripped and feeling confident? Does she support something like this?
Yeah, she wants me to be jacked, bro. She does.
Hell yeah. So let me ask you this. How would it make you feel if we were able to accomplish this together, you and I? How would that make you feel?
I feel great, bro.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And that I absolutely love that. You know, being confident and feeling good is a great place to be, not only mentally, but physically as well. And just by hopping on this call with me, it shows commitment. It shows that you're ready for a change. So I absolutely love that, brother.
Wow. Everybody give Lo some love. Wow, bro. Wow. I tried to throw you off. You schooled that shit. 10 out of 10, bro. Damn. Respect, dude. That's great. I love that.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to touch on something for a sec because Lowell, you crushed that. What I tried to do, and sometimes your prospects will do this, is when you're going through, whether that be, sometimes you guys will be in pain, right? You'll be in pain, and your prospect will start going into vision. You'll be trying to uncover their pain points, and then they start going into vision. But that's not what the fucking part of the script is. And that's also, if they go into vision, they're not feeling pain, we don't get clear on exactly what the fuck they want, like we don't get clear on their situation, they're not gonna take any action. So we've got to uncover pain. Just like sometimes you guys are going to be in the vision part of the script, and when you get to the vision part of the script, they're going to try to go back to pain, like I did with Lowell, right? And he called it out immediately. He's like, whoa, like, hold up for a sec, you know? So like this commitment thing, you know, boom, you challenged me, and then you brought me back to believing in myself. Does that make sense? So if the prospect, if we're on the vision part of the call, you need to make sure that the prospect is thinking and feeling about all the good emotions of them feeling good. Because if we get to the vision and they start backtracking to the pain and talking about the pain, what do you think the likelihood that they're going to take any sort of action on this call is? Because this prospect doesn't think he's going to be consistent. Because this prospect doesn't think he's going to make a change. Because this prospect doesn't even see himself losing the weight. Does that make sense? So here, got to get a concrete pain. Here, we got, write this in the chat. You got to make them believe. All right. So this part of the script is where we drop the tone, right? So pain points, we uncover the pain, we get the vision. This is where we drop the tone. So if I was Lowell in that example, I can get them all hyped. And then I'm like, okay, Lowell, let's back it up for 1 sec. All right. You know, let's back it up for 1 sec. Because obviously, you know, I know exactly what you want. You want the 6-pack. You want to be shredded. You want to be lean. You know, you want your wife to look at you the right way. I just got to ask you, bro, like, why do you feel like you haven't been able to do this on your own? Watch my tone, right? So if I'm all amped up and fired up, I fucking drop back. Why do you feel like you haven't been able to do this on your own, bro? You know, and like, you know, I hate to be this guy, Lowell, and like, I don't like asking this question, but I need to because I care about changing your life and, you know, helping you transform your body and your mind. Let's play devil's advocate for a second and pretend you get off this call. You don't take any action. You stay stuck in the exact same place. You're inconsistent for the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Your wife keeps looking at you in the same way. How would that make you feel? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it wouldn't be good, bro. All right, so like, would you say that like this is like a need right now and not a want? Like you need to make this change? Okay. Now I want to role play Aiden, because some prospects will fuck you guys up on this part of the script. Give me the gap, the distance between where they are right now and where they want to be. So hit me with this.
Got you. Now that I know what you want, why do you feel like you haven't been able to achieve these goals on your own?
You know, I feel like I just lack the nutrition knowledge and, you know, the insight to be able to do this consistently, I guess, you know?
Okay, the lack of nutrition and the insight. Okay, dude, like, I hate to ask this question, but I want to change your life. Let's play devil's advocate and pretend that you get off this call, you don't take any action, you stay in the exact same place, you don't improve your nutrition, you don't learn the knowledge. Maybe your health gets worse, you gain more weight. What does life look like then?
Oh, that won't happen to me, bro. I'm not that guy.
I mean, Brian, it's been happening for the last, what, like 1 year?
Yeah, I'm the type of guy, I'll figure it out one way or the other, though.
But Brian, for the last year, man, like, you haven't been able to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll find a way. How many guys have ever dealt with that? If you've ever dealt with that, say yes in the chat. All right, you want to role play? I'm going to flip it.
Yeah.
You can do that to me. All right, so Aiden, you know, now that I know exactly what you want, you told me that you want to lose 15 pounds, get in the best shape of your life. Why do you feel like you haven't been able to achieve these goals on your own yet, bro?
I guess, man, I just struggle to be a bit, like, consistent.
What do you mean by that specifically?
I guess sometimes, like, I just feel like I lose motivation, but dude, I'll get back on it. Like, I'm usually pretty motivated.
Okay. So this inconsistency thing, like, how long has this been an issue again?
Like, you know, 2 years.
So you've been inconsistent for 2 years. Okay. Let's play devil's advocate, Aiden, because I don't like asking this question, but I need to because, you know, I do care about changing your life. Let's just pretend you get off this call, you don't take any action, you stay in the exact same place, and, you know, nothing changes. You know, maybe your health gets a little bit worse and you gain a little bit more weight. How would that make you feel?
I mean, dude, it would make me feel bad, but that's not gonna happen, man, because I'm gonna pull it together.
Aiden, do you mind if I coach you for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. We just spent the last 15 minutes of the call you tell me that you've been struggling with the consistency for the last 2 years. All right. And so, part of my job on the call is to tell you the truth. Like, if you ever join my coaching program, I'm going to be a person that tells you the absolute truth. And I'll tell you the truth, bro, is that 99% of people say that and they stay stuck in the exact same place. So I know you think that's not going to happen, and that's okay, but let's take that 1% chance that does happen and you stay stuck in the exact same place and nothing changes. How would that make you feel?
Dude, that make you feel, pretty crappy for sure.
Okay. So would you say that you need to make a change right now, or is this more of like a want?
I guess it's both.
Aiden, do you mind if I coach you for a minute? That's the line. Do you mind if I coach you for a minute? Prospect starts giving you some bullshit, you jump in. You mind if I coach you for a minute? If you were to join my coaching program, Ragnar, my job is to tell you the truth because I care about your results and I want you to win. And I'm telling you that 99% of people that say that stay stuck in the exact same place. So I just want to take that 1% chance that nothing does change and you stay stuck in the exact same place. How would that make you feel? Boom, got you. Beautiful. We need to create a distance between where they are right now and where they want to be, because if the prospect genuinely thinks that they can get there on their own, what do you think is the percentage chance that they're going to buy from you at the end of that call? Fucking zero. Why would they pay you when they could do it on their own? All right, so the fitness assessment here's what I want you guys to think about with the fitness assessment, all right? I want you to think about all of the reasons that they think they won't be successful, all of the potential objections that are going to come up as a result of everything they've told you. And I want you to tell them that in this specific part of the script. So let's say I was on the call with Ragnar, and Ragnar told me that he eats out 5 times a week, that he's inconsistent with the gym, that he struggles with his mindset, that he doesn't know what to do at the gym, and that he's lacking a routine, and that he's hired personal trainers in the past and they haven't worked because he was inconsistent. This is what I'm going to say to Ragnar at this part of the script, all right? So I'm going to do a quick 2 to 3 minute spiel, but I'm going to aim that spiel at all of the objections that Ragnar's going to give me. Watch this. So Ragnar, do you mind if I coach you for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, bro. So we just spent the last 15 minutes talking, and I have a very, very clear understanding of where you're currently at and what you're stuck with. So first things first, bro, is your consistency fucking sucks, all right? And you know that, and I know that. And if you were to take any sort of action today, the number one thing that we'd focus on is consistency. And the way that we would do that is with 3 to 4 day a week workout programs. Second thing, Ragnar, you told me that you hired a personal trainer in the past and that you didn't do shit. I'm just going to tell you, that just can't be a thing anymore. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck in the exact same place for the next 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. And you just told me that you want to be in better shape for your kids. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So you understand that you're going to have to be consistent and take action and actually follow the plan, right?
Well, I thought if I hired you, I would just lose the weight.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, Ragnar. You actually have to go to the gym and do the work. Are you prepared to actually do the work so you can lose the weight, or are you okay with staying in the exact same place?
If that's what it's going to take, then God damn it, I guess so.
Is that I'm going to do the work, or is that kind of do the work?
I'm going to do the work.
Okay, I'm going to do the work. Perfect. The last thing you mentioned to me, Ragnar, is that you're I don't have time to go to the gym. And so the biggest thing for you, bro, is I'm going to design you 30 to 45 minute workout plans that are going to be customized specifically to your needs. You need to find 30 to 45 minutes to go to the gym and do the fucking work so we can lose the weight. Can you commit to that?
I could commit to 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So everything I'm saying is making sense right now?
Complete sense.
So what is it do you feel like you need the most help with?
Definitely staying accountable, because I'll do good for a couple of days and then I just get bored with the shit and I just say fuck it.
Does this make sense? What I just did? What most of you guys do here is you're well, according to my calculations, based on your macronutrient profile that you need to exercise and communicate with, and then you probably should do 4 days a week on the split with progressive overload. And then when you do progressive overload, then you're going to add a little bit more water. And once you add a little bit more water, then you're going to take away some water, and then you're going to go for a walk. Does that make sense? What part of that do you feel like you need the most help with? Instead, what you want to do is you want to use all the potential objections that they're going to give you, and you want to get them to commit to overcoming those objections in this micro moment, make them realizing that they've been holding themselves back on all the things that he could say to me at the end of the call that would be the reason that he doesn't take action. Hired a personal trainer in the past, didn't work. Don't have time for the fucking gym. I'm not consistent. I'm going to tell him that those are all of his problems. I'm going to get him to agree that he needs to solve all those problems, get him to commit to solving all those problems. Then I'm going to move on to the next part of the script. All right. Here. This is really important. I think a lot of you guys fuck this up, and I'm going to put somebody on the spot. So, Matt, hit me with this part of the script.
Perfect, man. I love that, dude. So listen, on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, I got to ask you, how committed are you to getting rid of that 10 pounds right now?
7.
Why only a 7?
I just like, I need to know how much it costs. So like, I want to do it, but it's a 7 for me.
I hear that. Price aside, what else is holding you back right now? Is there anything about the program that is not, if you had all the money in the world, would you still be a 7?
How much does it cost?
So I really got to feel that you're going to be committed. I'm only going to take you on if I can get you results. And the only way I'm going to get you results is if I know you're all in on this. Okay.
Let's flip it. Ready?
Go for it.
So Matt, you know, when I work with clients, my program comes with a guarantee results. And because it comes with a guarantee results, I only take on clients that are actually going to commit to the program because frankly, I don't like when clients come into the program and don't get results because then I look like a bad coach. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, I don't really care about this goal, and 10 being, I'll do whatever it takes to achieve this goal. Where are you kind of sitting on that scale?
6.
6. What does that mean?
I mean, I got a vacation coming up, so I just don't know if it's the right time.
Okay, fair enough. So in terms of I just want to put pause. So you're telling me that if you were to join a coaching program, you were to follow the meal plan, the training plan, the accountability. If I gave you the perfect plan, you would follow it with a 6 out of 10 commitment level. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I would try my best.
So it's like trying your best is a 6. Is that all you do? Is when you try your best, it's just a 6 out of 10 effort in everything that you do?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm pretty good at stuff. My wife says I'm a 10.
I'm glad your wife thinks so. You think you're a 6, so I'm just checking in. So I just want to be super clear. When you do commit to a program like this, I'm not saying you have to commit right now. What I'm asking you, Matt, is if I give you the perfect training plan and nutrition plan and accountability plan, are you going to follow it to the best of your ability so you can lose 15 pounds? Or are you going to give it a 6 out of 10 effort because you don't really care about losing the weight?
No, you know what? I'm the type of guy, when I do stuff, I do it. I'm like, you don't know me, bro. When I go in, I go in.
Okay, so are you a 6 or are you a 10?
I guess I'm a 10.
Guess I'm a 10, bro. That's what I like to fucking hear, Matty boy. That's some good shit. So pause, all right? So I want somebody, that was good. You fucking fucked me with the vacation. I was waiting for the price. That was good. Hit me again. I want to give you guys the price example. Okay, so hit me again. Tell me that I need to know the price. Okay, so Matt, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I don't care about this goal, 10 being I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to achieve this goal, where are you sitting on that scale?
I'd say I like an 8.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
It means I'm pretty close. Like, I think I'm just about ready.
Okay, well, why is it an 8 and not a 10?
I just I'm kind of tight right now, man. I just don't know. Like, it's a lot of money.
Okay, fair enough. So Matt, just to be super clear, I wasn't asking about your ability to invest in my coaching program because frankly, whether or not you join this coaching program today doesn't change my life or doesn't. But what I'm asking about is your level of commitment to your own goals. So if I drew you the perfect training plan, the perfect nutrition plan, and was able to hold you accountable, would you give it a 10 out of 10 effort so you could lose that 15 pounds, or are you only going to give it an 8 out of 10 effort?
Yeah, I'm a 10 out of 10, brother.
So you're a 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Perfect, bro. That's what I like to hear. Bam. So this is how you frame that. Matt, just to be super clear, I wasn't asking about you committing to this coaching program. I'm asking about your commitment to your own goals. If I give you the perfect training plan, the nutrition plan designed to help you lose 15 pounds, I just want to know if you're going to give it your very best effort. So if I give you that, are you going to give it an 8 out of 10 effort, or are you going to give it a 10 out of 10 effort so we can actually lose this 15 pounds? Oh, you're a 10? And perfect. Boom. Got you. Does that make sense? All right, D, practice, bro.
How committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being that you don't care, all the way to a 10, bro, I got to fucking do this today.
Is this the energy you talk on sales calls with? Because, bro, I'm about to hang up on your fucking bitch ass.
No. Okay. So be honest with me, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, dude, I'm not going to do this to a 10. Bro, I'm all the way committed to this and I need to make this change today. How committed are you, bro?
I would say I'm a 7, bro.
A 7? Okay. Got you, man. And what's causing you to be at a 7 right now?
I just I just don't know how much you charge and stuff. So I just need to know the price and how much everything costs.
Okay, right on, man. Right on. So pricing aside, is that the only thing causing you to be at a 7?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, bro, we do have different programs for different.
Whoa, what are we doing? What are we doing? Back it up. Mute. Who wants to go? D, I'm gonna put you on the spot again. Pay attention. Let's go, Chris Martinez. Were you paying attention? You got your hand up. Come on.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready for this shit. All right, perfect. Brian, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to, getting in the best shape of your life? 1, not so much, and a 10, I'm fucking ready. I want to do this shit right now.
7.
7? Okay, cool. And if you don't mind me asking, you've been telling me you want to do this. You've been wanting to do this for the last couple of years. Why are you a 7 out of 10?
I need to know how much it costs.
Okay, cool. So finances aside, you know, oh shit.
Okay, ready? Hey, D, pay attention because I'm going to put you back on. I'm going to give you a redemption shot. You better still be on here. Yeah, so like, Chris, just to be super clear, I wasn't asking whether or not you could financially commit today. What I was asking is your commitment to your own goals. Like, if I give you the perfect training plan, the perfect nutrition plan, the perfect meal plan designed to help you lose 15 pounds, are you going to give it your very best effort and like do your very best to lose that 15 pounds? Or are you going to give it a 7 out of 10 effort?
No, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay, so are you a 7 or are you a 10?
I'm a 10.
Okay, hit me. Go.
All right, cool. Hey, Brian, like, I'm going to give you the best workout plan, the best meal plan, and I'm going to keep you accountable every day.
Nope. You're going to say, yo, Brian, just to be super clear, I wasn't asking, you can just repeat after me line by line, then I'll let you do the whole thing. Yo, Brian, just to be super clear, I wasn't asking you about your ability to like financially commit today. I was asking about how committed you are to your own goals. Go.
Yo, Brian, I wasn't asking about your financially to commit right now.
I was asking about your commitment to your own goals.
I was asking about your commitment to your own goals.
So if I design you a perfect training plan and perfect nutrition plan.
So if I design you a perfect training plan and nutrition plan.
Would you give it your very best effort and try to lose the 15 pounds?
Would you give it your very best effort and, you know, try to lose the 15 pounds?
Or would you give it a 7 out of 10 effort because you just don't care?
Or would you give me like a 7 out of 10 effort because you don't care?
I give you a 10.
Cool. So let's sign up then.
No, you're going to say, don't say that. You know, you're going to say, so perfect. So are you a 7 or a 10?
So are you a 7 out of 10?
I'm a 10, bro. Let's go.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Boom. D, are you there? You got a redemption shot. Put your hand up. D, where are you? All right, redemption. Go ahead, D.
So, Brian, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, dude, I don't want to fucking do this, to a 10, like, I'm ready to go today. How committed are you to doing this program?
6.
A 6? 6 out of 10? What's putting you at a 6 out of 10?
Bro, I just need to know how much it costs, bro.
Well, man, I'm not necessarily asking about the price. I'm asking about your commitment level. So, like, if you had everything, right? Like, you had the perfect meal plan, diet plan, workout, and accountability, where'd that then put you, bro?
What do you mean by that specifically?
What do you mean?
So I want you to say, if you had the perfect meal plan, training plan, and everything like that, are you going to give it a 7 out of 10 effort and not give your very best? Or are you going to give it a 10 out of 10 effort to try to lose the 15 pounds?
So if you had the perfect meal plan, accountability, and workout plan, are you just going to give it a 6 out of 10 with effort, or are you going to give it a 10 out of 10 with effort?
I'm definitely going to give my very best. Like, I'm not some sort of lazy like I actually want to lose weight.
Okay, perfect. So you're saying you're going to be at a 10 then, right?
Yeah, I'm a 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. Last thing we're going to go into right here, you guys, everybody write this in the chat. Customize your pitch. Customizing your pitch is what's going to make the difference between people who close and don't close. This is very important. I wrote this in here as training wheels, okay? So if you wanted to follow this, this is your training wheels, all right? I don't expect you to read this word for word, and frankly, I don't think that you should, because you should be customizing your pitch. Because if I'm on the phone with Lyndon Clark, right? And Lyndon Clark is telling me, you know, I followed the meal plan before in the past and it was super restrictive and it wasn't fun and I didn't like it and I hated it and you know, and that's why I haven't been able to lose weight. If I say in my pitch, okay, so Lyndon, I'm going to be updating your meal plan on a weekly basis to make sure you're enjoying your diet and making progress. What do you think Lyndon Clark's going to say to me? Go f yourself. I don't want a meal plan, right? So the way that I need to pitch has to be different based off of what Lyndon has said to me. So I'm going to give you an example. Lyndon, you want to unmute yourself? Let's play ball. Okay, so I'm going to role play with you, and then I want you to hit me back with it. Are you ready?
All right, I'll try. Let's do it.
Okay, Lyndon, so I'm going to be, you know, when it comes to your meal plan, bro, I know that you have struggled with sticking to meal plans in the past. And so what I'm going to do with your meal plan is I'm going to make sure that I include a bunch of foods that you love. So you're just going to give me a bunch of your favorite foods, things that you like to eat on a regular basis. That way your meal plan doesn't feel restrictive and we can still lose the 15 pounds. Is that cool?
Yeah, so you're going to give me like burgers and stuff, like everything that I want to eat?
Bro, everything that you want to eat. You're not going to McDonald's or none of that shit. I'm going to make you make it at home, but I'm going to give you some of this food that you love, all right?
Oh, okay, but you can make it taste like McDonald's though, right?
Well, you're going to make it taste like McDonald's because I can't make the food for you. So I'm going to give you the recipe though. Is that cool?
That's perfect. All right.
Okay, bet. So the workout plan, I know that you said that you want to lose 15 pounds, Lyndon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design you a workout program to help you lose that 15 pounds. And every single 4 weeks, I'm going to update that plan. So we're going to go through a 12-week fat loss phase. So by the end of the program, you're going to be down that weight. Cool?
Yeah, that sounds great.
And last thing, the accountability, bro. Like every single week, I'm going to check in with you and we're either going to lose 1 to 2 pounds or I'm going to make changes to the program. So every single week, we're either going to make progress or we're going to make changes to the program so that by the end of the program, we're down 15 pounds. Cool?
That sounds good. Yep.
So that pitch was entirely customized to everything that Lyndon wanted. So Lyndon, I'm going to tell you what I want, okay? right now, I want a macro-based meal plan. I hired a personal trainer in the past that didn't work, and I'm busy. I can only go to the gym 3 days a week.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna design a meal plan that fits your busy lifestyle. So we're gonna get you recipes that are gonna be quick, easy to make, but also it's gonna follow your macronutrient profile so that you can accomplish your goals and be successful with this. Your workout plans.
Pause. Pause.
Yeah, good.
That was good. That was good. I'm gonna tell you guys an analogy I gave to my closers earlier. Okay, great. Ronnie loves pizza. I love that you love pizza, Ronnie. I also love pizza. So you love pizza, but Ronnie, if I made you eat the entire pizza in one bite and just shove the entire thing in your face, would you enjoy it? Yes or no?
I mean, maybe.
But what would be hard about that though?
I mean, it would not be fun. It would be uncomfortable. I get it all over my fucking face, ruin my makeup.
Hard to digest too, right? Hard to chew, how to digest. When you guys are doing your pitch, this is super important. Write this in the chat. Make your pitch digestible. What a lot of you guys do with your pitch is you just give them all of the pitch all at once. And you'd be like, yeah, so your training plan, your nutrition plan, your accountability, your macros, your meal plan, does that make sense? And they're like, yeah, I guess, you know? So that was good, Lyndon, but I want you to make it, it's a fine eating, right? Exactly, it's fine dining. It's not all you can eat, exactly. All right, Lyndon, you're back. Okay, so that was good. And right after you say that, I just want you to say, does that make sense, bro?
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense, Lyndon.
Amazing. We're going to move on to the workout program designed specifically for you. Now, I understand you have some specific goals. You want to grow your biceps 2 inches. Is that correct?
Yep.
Amazing. I have specifically a arm program that's going to help you grow those arms to be big and strong, and you're really going to look good on the beach.
Cool. Sounds good to me, bro.
Amazing. Okay, so we got the meal plan figured out. We got the workout plan figured out. And finally, I'm going to make sure that you stay accountable to this program. I'm going to check in with you weekly, make sure you're hitting those arm workouts. We're going to be maximizing your volume every week. We're going to be adding progressive overload. We're going to make sure that you are following the plan the way that I prescribe it to you. Does that sound all good for you?
That was the only part you fucked up. Somebody tell him why he fucked up. Why did he fuck up? Too much explanation. Nobody gives a fuck about progressive overload. Tell me what results you're going to get me, bro. That's the only thing they give a fuck about. They don't give a fuck about the features and the benefits. They care about the results you're going to get them. So tell me about the results you're going to get me with the accountability. Go.
So every week I'm going to be checking in with you, making sure that you're hitting those arm workouts. And you know what? We're going to get you to that goal of adding 2 inches to your arms. You're going to look amazing on the beach.
Cool. Sounds good, bro. Boom. That's it. Pitch to their goals. Write that in the chat. Pitch to their goals. By the time you are done your pitch, they should be like, holy, I feel like this program was made for me. Guys, I could go for another hour about objections. You guys want me to do this again next month? Bet. All right, guys. Was this helpful? Yes or no?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Perfect. Perfect. If you spend more time in discovery, you will get less objections. Guys, thank you guys so much for being my clients. Love all of you. Thank you for taking an hour and a half out of your days. I really appreciate you guys. Take this information, go make some money. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys next month for another masterclass on objections. Peace.